Welcome back to Libac and Forest Life. Today we're talking about something a bit different, but that could affect us all, the possibility of a global financial collapse. You might have heard about tariffs and trade wars lately, but how do they really impact us? Can we expect a recession or even a depression? And more importantly, how can we prepare for this kind of economic challenges by living more independently? Stick around, I'll give you 4 tips later in the video. Let's dive in. As surprising as it may seem, in a past life I studied international business in the US. I later on worked as a consultant for large multinational companies, a bit everywhere in the world. So let me dust off that part of my brain and see what I can remember. First things first, what are tariffs? Simply put, tariffs are taxes on goods that come into a country. They are designed to make imports more expensive, which can push people to buy locally made products. But when countries start imposing tariffs on each other as retaliatory measures, this can escalate into trade wars, like we're seeing now with the US and China. Trade wars then disrupt global supply chain, causes uncertainty on stock markets, and eventually causes price hikes, which impact me and you, the everyday consumer. For example, if a tariff is imposed by the US on Chinese electronics, suddenly iPhones, which are manufactured in China, become more expensive in the US. This might make companies in the US consider moving their manufacturing elsewhere, or passing on the higher cost to the consumer, which is more likely to happen in the short term. Often tariffs are used as bargaining chips between governments. Only this time, the scale and amplitude of the tariffs that the US just imposed into the rest of the world is the biggest change in world trade in more than 100 years, and the reasoning for doing so, unclear at best. Now, what happens when the tariffs are in place for too long? Well, it's more than just higher prices. Over time, this can lead to a recession, which is when the company shrinks for a prolonged period. If things get worse, we could even see a depression, like what we called the Great Depression in the late 1930s, a much deeper and longer economic downturn. And if the financial system starts to collapse, that could trigger a global crash that affects everyone, everywhere.
Madame Année, soit?
Ok, il n'y en a pas d'autres?
The tiniest. That's not normal. Like this one? Maybe we could like do it like that.
I know, this all sounds a bit doom and gloom, but there is good news, and that is resilience. Whether it be at country or individual level, the thing is, in times of economic uncertainty, people who are self-sufficient and less dependent on the global economy tend to have a better chance of weathering the storm. That's one of the many reasons we decided to live here in the forest, aiming to be more and more off the grid. The idea being that by growing your own food, producing your own energy and relying less on outside sources, you're creating a buffer between yourself and the volatile global market. In times of financial strain, this kind of self-sufficiency can be a lifeline. Many people, homesteaders, off-gridders, even preppers, have self-sufficiency in mind in their lifestyles and are much more advanced than we are. But if, like us, you are slowly moving away from the system and aiming to become more and more independent, what can you do to prepare? Here are a few tips to help you get started. 1. Grow your own food. Start small with a garden or even indoor plants. Having your own food supply can save you money and reduce reliance on imports. Number 2, reduce your debt. I know, easier said than done. I hear you, but keep in mind that with economic uncertainty comes job loss and rising prices. Work on paying off any high interest debt, like consumer credits, so you can better manage during tough times. Number 3, diversify your income. This one is critical and dear to my heart. I come from a world where the plan was growing up, study, get good grades, a good job, have kids, buy a house, retire at 60. Well, not sure where you live in the world, but that plan surely went sideways. Depression or not, diversification of income is key. Whether it is a side business, freelancing, or selling homegrown produce, having extra cash flow can make a huge difference. Finally, number 4, if shit really hits the fan, pardon my French, learn survival skills. From foraging to basic repair, the more you know, the less you need to rely on other people and external systems.
Okay, now do it. Is it up to there? Now go. My turn. Let me try.
Ultimately, it's all about staying calm and staying prepared. Sure, global economic changes can feel scary, but by taking small steps now to become more independent, you can start to build the resilience that you need to weather the storm. Found this video helpful? Make sure to like, share and subscribe for more videos on how to live a resilient and more off-grid lifestyle. Drop us a comment below if you have any tips on prepping for economic uncertainty. Let's keep this conversation going. See you next time on Live Back and Forest.
I've had my heart broken in two, but something's different next to you. It's like my soul is set on fire, but oh, I'm starting to feel tired. 'Cause I can run, but I